Okay, well the camera died. The camera died. Where's your... That's over there.
Oh, yeah.
Very important prop. I think it just helps with the...
Yeah, holding something.
Yeah. Little comfort. I mean, we pretty much went over our siblings dynamic and everything. We can move on to our movies.
Ooh, movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is my life and your life as well.
So I have like a few questions here. There's, what's the movie that made you fall in love with film? And who's your favorite director and why?
God, it's like...
There's so many. What genre of movie were we talking about here?
What movie made me fall in love with filmmaking?
That like you were like, I want to do that. It will be great to like.
Because like I've liked a lot of movies.
Yeah. But like one that you were like specifically, you were like looking at it and like I wanna make something like that.
So I wasn't sure that I wanted to be a filmmaker until I got to like film school. Because before that, I was like, I want to be a YouTuber. Which is, it's not bad. It's you're more independent, and that's a whole other topic of in itself. But the movie that I watched at film school that was like, I could do that, because I saw the behind the scenes and all of it, was Apocalypse Now by Francis Ford Coppola. The guy who did The Godfather. Okay.
Go be a nerd. Be a nerd.
And the story behind the making of that film and how everything that could go wrong went wrong, and yet how they were able to find solutions. And like in the behind the scenes, you see this great director who's like perhaps one of the best directors in the world, just being human and being like, shit, I fucked up, and I just flushed like my studio's $20 million whatever dollars down the toilet, and then like the main cast, one of them had a heart attack, and like they kept on filming and all of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have not seen that movie. I should.
It's a good movie. I like it.
But that one you saw and you were like, you saw the behind the scenes and you were like, I could do that. Like. Yeah,
and the way I watched that movie is I watched the behind the scenes first and then the movie. And so everything felt cohesive in a way. And it was like, if he could do that, I could do that too. Because I know how it feels like to be under a stressful situation. You know, people have given you money and you're like,
okay, I will make the movie, please.
Yeah. And how like he would shut himself off from the world and like lock himself in a room and not want to do anything for days. And I was like,
that sounds like
that sounds familiar. And yet he's one of the greatest living directors.
Is he your favorite director?
He's up there for sure.
Okay.
I can give you like a general top 5, but I don't know.
What would you say, like top like number top 3?
Top 3, Spielberg for sure. Paul Thomas Anderson. There Will Be Blood and all of those movies. Boogie Nights, which was a very fun movie. Just like mark it down.
Just mark everything down that he's saying.
And Denis Villeneuve. Yeah.
The Canadian.
He's up there, and not really for Dune, which is amazing. It's one of his greatest works of art, but for his movie the Blade Runner sequel that he made.
Yes.
And the film Sicario, I think, which is a masterful shot.
Wow.
Movie. Picture. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, the fact that you have top 3 and even more, that's
Oh, I could go on. Man.
I mean,
like, I haven't mentioned Kubrick. Like, he's
mm-hmm.
a legend. Like, he's not my style of filmmaking, but
mm-hmm.
gotta admire the guy.
No, I mean, do I like a movie that made me fall in love with film? I have so many movies that like are core memories to me that I'm like, oh. For me, it was always been like I would always just love to be in those movies or be part of that project. One of my if I have to choose like one of their favorite directors, when I was a teenager, my favorite movie director was Xavier Dolan. I was obsessed with him because he made a bunch of movies that are more like psychological, like thrillers and kind of like that. And my favorite one was Mommy, not because Antoine-Olivier Pilon was in there, but also because it was just such a great movie that I wanted to be in a movie like that. Still nowadays, there's one of I can't remember the director's name, but the movie Promising Young Woman, where it's like this girl who like her best friend ended her life because there was a bunch of like guys that like took advantage of her. I'm like trying to like respect the YouTube guidelines, and then her friend goes out and like takes revenge for her friend.
Okay, yeah.
And it's very like just movies like that. Just like I like movies like that when it's like when the villain. Oh, go ahead. When the villain has like a backstory, when it's not even the villain, it's just like a person that has like the system has wronged them or people have wronged them, and they're just like trying to like.
Those are good villains.
Those are good villains, and like movies
the
like
villains
that.
That's throughout the movie, you're like, I kind of wish.
I kind of agree. Okay.
Things went his or her way.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like I hope everything works out for you because.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, and. Yeah, no, Xavier Dolan was my favorite one, and he also was the one that directed the music video for Adele. And I remember like we found a way to like we got in contact, well not contact with him directly, but like with the
agent,
the costume designer that worked with him for different movies and also for the Adele music video. We got in contact with her. And like I gave my letter to like, hey, I would like to do like my co-op for high school with him. Turns out I had put my wrong email on the paper, so maybe he never saw it.
Maybe he did.
But maybe he did and tried to contact me and my email was wrong. So we'll never know. What if I got into that world of like those movies like that?
Out of topic. Something I've done is I've created accounts that for different versions of my name, like at Gmail, whatever.
Yeah.
So that people wouldn't be able to take it. For some reason, I was like,
you were like, people are gonna steal my name.
Or if I ever inputted my email wrong, like there was a big chance that it was one of the other emails I owned.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't know. One day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna own all of my emails.
Your versions of names.
I bought my domain like when I was 15, like my name and surname. I was like, God. And now I use it.
Should I do that too?
Because it was dirt cheap. It was like $5 a year to keep .com, your name and surname.com.
What are your thoughts on remakes? Necessary or lazy?
Tasteful remakes are necessary. Like people that have grown up watching the original and be like, oh, I wish I could do that as well.
Yeah.
And like have worked their whole lives to get there. Dune being a perfect example.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, there's some movies that, like, some of them are, like, so, like, maybe the first version was so old that, like, now that we have the technology and the effects to do, like, a better job, especially when it comes to, like movies that are, like, our sci-fi. I think now, like, making a remake, it would, like, I don't know, it would, like, now we have the technology to, like, do all these special effects, even though I would say that sometimes the older ones are better because it's like they had to do it with whatever they got on hand. But
that's true.
for remakes,
I don't know. There's the movie. A recent example is Twisters, with Top Gun guy. What's his
Glenn Powell.
Glenn, yeah.
The fuck that I knew.
You just knew it right. Okay, I'm not gonna comment on that, but great movie. If you haven't watched the original as well, but the original is so recent as well. I feel like it's from the 90s or early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
And both still work as their own movies. So I feel like sometimes studio just get a name that has already worked in the past and reuse it. Meanwhile, I think that they could have created something new.
Yeah. That is my same feelings, but for Disney, like, live action.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, I'm like, guys, there's so many other, like, stories, like, fables. There's so many, like, so many other stories that you could do. Like, I'm still waiting. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't think Disney would be able to make it. But, like, I still want someone to do a movie about Barba Blue. Like, Bluebeard and whatever. Like,
but that's not really a Disney.
Exactly. It's not very a Disney, like, you know, I don't know how they could twist it into a
I feel like
Disney
it could
thing.
be Tim Burton.
Tim Burton. I'm like, that's the thing. It's like, it's such a good, cool, not cool story, but it's like, it's such a interesting, like, story. It has a good, like, you know, lesson behind it and all that. I'm still waiting on that. And instead, they're remaking, like, the same Disney movies that were animated now into live action. And then they're, like, for example, for, like, Mulan, they took away what were the most important characters or what made the movie.
I actually haven't watched the remake.
I've seen, like, clips of it because I was like, I refuse to watch this.
Have they kept, like, the musical pieces?
Not really. I don't, like, from the what I've seen, they have not kept the dragon. So Mushu is not in there. They, like, more focused on, like, the actual war than, like yeah, no, he's not in there. But what, like,
I don't know, like, who has
they're
watched
like, what's making
an animated movie and been like, I want to see the real people. I want to see.
There's some movies that should just have been animated instead of real life.
Yeah,
I feel
like I don't know. I did like the Jungle Book remake, but it was just kind of like a cool effect to see for 10 minutes, and then
it's like, okay, I think that's, like, there's some stories or some things that, like, are just better off animated.
And I feel like we're moving into a generation that understands that animation is good for adults as well.
Yes.
And not only, like, I'm not talking adult comedy animated shows like Family Guy or whatever. I'm talking about, like, deep, thoughtful movies that are targeted to adults.
Yeah.
And not only, but I'm trying to think of an example, but I'm sure there is.
I went to see The Wild Robot, and that made me tear up. I didn't know it was based on a book, but, like, I saw people on TikTok talking about how, like, they grew up with the book and then now seeing it, and, like, the story is for kids, but there's so much, like, the jokes are funny. Like, it's a family movie. It's like everyone can watch it and everyone will have a good time watching it, and I think that's what we needed. Because if they made a live action of that would be kind of, first of all, that would be so expensive because they have to animate all of these, like, like they have to like, you know, kind of like for Lion King, like all these like animals and then like have a robot and just no, I think the animation one was a great choice. And the effect was good. The voice actors are great. The soundtrack.
I think like Asia and Japan in general have gotten that down to a T. Like Studio Ghibli, whoever did Akira, and like all those beautiful movies that were targeted to like a more adult audience. Like and they work and they're amazing and they won the Oscar.
Well. Yeah, no, they do well.
The Boy in the Hair and animation is not only for kids.
Animation is great.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like for live action, sometimes it feels too much. That sometimes I just want to watch an animated movie just so it's like I can relax my eyes. I don't know why. Who's one actor or filmmaker you'd love to meet in person? I mean, I have a whole list.
I've been lucky to meet
Timothée Chalamet.
No. I've been lucky to meet an actor that I truly admire in person.
Who was it?
That's Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad guy, and Malcolm in the Middle dad, and whatever. Yeah, I've worked on the same set for an ad he was on, and
good. Yeah. I mean, you're in that world, so you're bound to meet people.
Yeah, and like, I was in the same room he was talking to, I think, the hair and makeup lady, and then he was talking about people dating, actors dating people in the filmmaking world, or like filmmakers dating other filmmakers, and he said something like, "Don't shit where you eat." Don't avoid mixing up too much. I don't know,
pleasure.
Like, I don't know who his wife is or whatever. Like maybe he's the exception to it, but
that's crazy. He was spilling.
And he was like just wisdom there. And I was like, oh.
Okay, I will not do it, sir. I will not.
Mr. White.
Anything you say. No, I mean for me, Timothée Chalamet, mostly. Oh well, hold on. I have a whole list. Timothée Chalamet, because I think he kind of grew up in this like bilingual world in like France and in New York. It's so funny, cause like I think the first movie that I saw him in was Call Me by Your Name, and it's one of my favorite movies. Not really because of the story, but just because it's mixing all the languages that I know. So I'm just like, I love this. I love that, like, that multilingual, like, movies are my favorite. And so I was just like, I just want to meet him. And then apparently in an interview, he said he loves Italians. He wished he could speak Italian. I'm like, ooh. Baby boy, I'm right here. I can teach you. Let me teach you. Benedict Cumberbatch. My friends make fun of me for that, which I'm like, why? He's a great actor. He does weird characters. I would admit that. Like one of the first things I saw him in was Sherlock Holmes, and right after that was Atonement, where he plays a very bad character in there. But then when they cast him on Doctor Strange, I was not even surprised. I was like, oh, this just makes so much sense because he's literally strange. So I just admire him. Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah.
Like
he would be interesting to talk to, mostly for how he views cinema. I feel like he thinks cinema is going downhill. And he was like, "Oh, I made great movies and I was in Oppenheimer, but no big deal. Movies are going downhill anyway." It's like, what are you talking about?
I would like to meet Margot Robbie because I think she's just her career was great, and what she's doing now is like pretty.
And how she has her own
studio exactly, and she's like, I'm gonna make these movies and stuff like that. So I think I like. I mean,
Oh.
America Ferrera too, because I grew up watching Ugly Betty, and then I loved Superstore. And then when she was in the Barbie movie, I was like, that's even better. And then she was also in the Sisterhoods of the Traveling Pants. I think I admire her, like, with all the roles that she's played.
She's amazing, yeah.
She is. I mean, I don't know, there's so many...
Someone that I'd like to meet, just because people have said that I give off his vibe, and I don't know if it's a compliment or not, is
We'll see.
a director / actor called Werner Herzog?
Werner, I don't know.
So he directed a bunch of documentaries. He's a crazy guy. He's worked with crazy actors as well. He did a movie called I'm gonna look that up later.
I actually like to look
Let's
that
do
up
that
now.
live,
We have the
alright? Okay, he's just a crazy guy who
what do you spell that?
is like very
Werner.
old school and like
Werner.
like WERNER.
Herzog filmography.
Alright. You just called.
He's a German film. You don't look like him, but I know who he is.
No, but like by his vibe. No, of course I don't look like him. He's way better looking.
Oh, he's made a lot of
I
himself.
hope you can like add pictures. So
Yeah, I'll add pictures, but I mean.
anyway, crazy guy. Got shot in an interview and like acted like nothing happened. He once saved Joaquin Phoenix's life. Like he had flipped his car over. And was trying to like light a cigarette, and like Werner was just like, huh, and then walked away, and like didn't even get thank yous or
That's
whatever.
crazy. Oh, he made a movie with Nicolas Cage.
He made a movie with Christian Bale as well.
Yeah, what the? I have not seen any of these.
He once ate his shoe for a bet.
Okay, yeah, this is giving kind of.
Yeah,
I
and
think he would do that, but like at
I'm
an
the kind
older
of,
age, you'd be like a 50-year-old, like just doing crazy stuff like that.
yeah, I'm the kind of person that's like, hey, I'll walk 100 kilometers and like, how bad can that be? Because that's foreshadowing. That's my next video.
The stuff you've done is pretty kind of out there. I think you could be his nephew, like his grandson or something.
We can talk about that as well, like my adventures and like how they come up, like in my head. It's like, yeah, let's just cross countries and see how easily we can do that, and all in one day with bikes.
Now you always have like some crazy, like, and also you just drop it like it's just nothing. You're just like, oh, by the way, the camera died. Oh, by the way.
By the way.
Okay.
We're back once more. Yeah, I guess you'll have to edit this one down a bit.
That's okay. That's okay. But now let's do like rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire?
Just because those are fun.
Perfect.
What's your guilty pleasure movie? 5 seconds to think about it. 5 seconds to think about it.
Toy Story.
That really? My guilty pleasure movie. I mean, depends on the mood, but usually I Bridget Jones' Diary. Bridget Jones' Diary is a great movie. Colin Firth is amazing in it.
Okay.
Sweet or salty?
Salty.
Same. Morning or night owl? Morning person or night
Morning.
owl? Really?
Yeah.
I am also a morning person. If you could live in any movie universe, which one would it be?
Star Wars.
That's a good answer.
Doesn't matter which side, the bad side or the good
bad,
side.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's a good answer, yeah. No, I would say
Bridget
Marvel, Bridget Jones, just so I could be with Darcy, like Mr. Darcy. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Austin Land, which is the movie where the girl is obsessed with like Jane Austen, and she goes to the UK and like
I
lives
thought you
in
were
this,
talking
like...
about Austin Powers.
Actually, that wouldn't bad. That wouldn't be bad either. But like, she just lives in this like she's in this like she goes to the UK and goes to like these like pretend like to be in a Jane Austen movie like book or whatever. I think it would be fun to just be in there. Also, because Jennifer Coolidge is in there, I think that would be great. What's one movie scene you wish you could experience in real life?
The Notebook. I want to be kissed by Ryan Gosling. I don't know.
I was gonna say Pride and Prejudice, the rain scene where like he's confessing the love to who was it then? Oh my god!
Being picked up in whatever.
In the Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. Actually, did you know that the actors hated each other during the movie while making the movie?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Apparently, they had very bad chemistry outside of the movie, but maybe because they hated each other so much. Enemies to lovers. What's your all-time favorite like movie that you're just like if you had to recommend someone?
Catch Me If You Can.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I would say like Silence, which is the movie about the two priests that go to Japan and try to convert people.
Ooh,
that one was a very
Andrew Garfield.
Yes, and oh my god, what's his name? Ken Reeves. I think he's in.
Ken Reeves.
No, he's not in there.
Willem Dafoe. No, I don't know.
Why do I feel like he should be in there, but he's not?
Same question.
No, it's not. It's oh my god, what's his name? Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, yeah.
And Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Also, another person that I'd like to meet is Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I would also like to meet Andrew Garfield after seeing his interview with Amelia on Chicken Date. Adam Driver too.
Same question you asked me, but for books.
For books, if I wanted to be like in a favorite.
No, like recommend.
Depends. I always recommend the book Atonement. The first part of it's a very heavy book.
Yeah.
But it's a very good book. It makes me cry. I remember I read it in high school. I was like, why would a teacher show us this? Like, Crime and Punishment. Because the first part is so well written, and when he starts going crazy and it goes off to like, I think he said it gets sent off to like Siberia or something, and like, I don't know, I just love that story. All the books I read in high school, man. Atonement, Crime and Punishment, Pride and Prejudice, and there's this series that I read this summer called the Mindfuck series, and that's about a serial killer who falls in love with an FBI agent. That I would also recommend if you like, dark romance. If you don't read it. It's kind of out there. For my favorite comfort movie, like my favorite movie of all time, that would say the Silence, or.
Weren't these like quick fire questions? Like
yeah, they were supposed to be quick fire, but
that's good.
Do you like? This is a rant. I don't know why I just thought of this, but I had this debate last year with my friends. I was like, do you, when you like have to clean your whole apartment, but you also have to shower, do you shower first and then clean, or clean and then shower?
Clean and shower.
Okay.
Because when you clean, you get dirty if you're doing it right. So.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But I also like the feeling of having my hair like wet when I'm like doing stuff around the house.
Oh.
So
I don't know. Do whatever.
Do whatever you feel.
Just clean your house.
Just clean. Anyways, last few questions. I'm gonna just kind of like wrapping up.
Yeah.
What's one thing you're working on right now or doing that you're like excited about, or something that you're also looking forward to?
So my upcoming project is essentially me walking a lot and filming it. It's short documentary that's gonna come out on YouTube sometime next month, I hope. You'll hold me accountable for that. And essentially, a quick log line for it is I'll be walking the whole of Yonge Street, which is one of the longest streets in the world. It's said to be the longest street in the world. And I do that in 2 days.
That's crazy.
50K each day.
That is crazy. You
And,
definitely are giving off Werner Herzog
vibes, yeah. I'm currently in the edit, and that's the toughest part of being a filmmaker, editing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy to film, it's easy to plan, but yeah.
That's good. For me, I don't have any really updates. I mean, I'm going back to school in like less than a week, you know. Midterm break is almost over. You know, I'm just looking forward to just finishing and graduating in April. That's literally all I'm looking forward to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is probably gonna be like one of my longest videos.
Yeah.
Which I love long audio, like, you know,
things to just
put yeah, exactly. But yeah, thank you for coming.
Do you think people like fall asleep to like listening to your podcast?
I hope our voice was relaxing enough, but also our laughing probably woke them up and like.
Wait, I'll wake them up now. Wakey, sweetie.
Also, did you guys like the setup? This is one of the rooms in our lake house. Probably not going to be here for a while. Maybe during Christmas, maybe I'll have, you know, my siblings on the podcast and that's going to be a whole mess.
Yeah.
That's so many, but
that's too many.
anyways, goodbye.